Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Yo, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio right here on GuerillaCross.com, SpeakLifeRadio.com, the Guerilla Cross app. I'm your host, Kwon Five-Nine, and we got a dope show for you today. I'm going to be live on the line in about 5 minutes with my man KJ-52. We're going to be talking about his new album to drop called Jonah Part Two. It's the second part to Jonah. So we're going to play a lot of that music for you today as well. We have some music we've been playing on the show that's been getting a lot of love from Swoop called Hall of Fame. We got D1 with Love Always Wins featuring 7th Streeter, and Dre Murray and Jay Rodan with Stay Calm. And we got some other ones we're going to be playing for you today too. So we're going to be on for the next hour, so make sure you tune in. If you're watching on Facebook Live, please share the post and let people know we are going to be live on the line with my man KJ-52 coming up in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to jump into this track. This is Swoop, Hall of Fame right here. Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio. Download the Guerilla Cross app. It's free. And I'm going to answer this call. You know why? Because I can. Yo, caller, you're live on the air. What's up?
Yo, it's KS calling in from Cincinnati. I just saw the live feed, and I just want to say God bless KJ-52. I did have a chance to meet him a few years back, and I'm honored to say that my niece was actually one of the winners of his new CD that was titled Mental. I believe that came out about 2 years ago.
Dope.
So yeah, I'm looking at the live feed, and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Dope, man.
Hopefully, me and you can collaborate because I have my own internet radio show as well.
Dope, man.
So just keep in touch. Of course, keep God first, and let's continue to build His kingdom. Amen.
Yes, sir, man. Follow us. Contact us. The email is on the website, GuerillaCross.com, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Amen. God bless you, man.
Yes, sir. You too. You know what I'm saying? We get phone calls right away. So we're going to be live on the line with KJ-52 coming up. This is Swoop, Hall of Fame right here, Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio, GuerillaCross.com.
I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. Yeah. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. That's all. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. For the nonsense, I got goat vibes on my conscience. Oh God, I don't mind if you gon' give me a label. I ain't here for your pesos, only faithful to Jesus. And not an underdog, turn to Cujo mixed with DMX. Under God's terms, so you know you gon' see him flex. Gio, hey, Tito, play me no way, we on away. Nah, I don't juju on the BK dot, tryna do on your BK West. Yeah, I do all my beats a PK that a doo-doo on your beat. Take a smash, then take a smash on it. 80s baby playing Super Smash Brothers, eating mics like I'm at the last supper or the Passover. I've been passed over, said I wouldn't pop like a flat soda. Said forget your guy, Christian raps over. Y'all choosing sides, I'm designing the entree. Oh, you trying to get big, boy? Well, I'm trying to be Andre, beyond great. All glory to God name. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. Yeah. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time and say it's all God. That's all. I'm not stopping till my mama calling, bruh, telling me she proud of us. Homie saying, yo, your Twitter follower count is up. At your show, they got their hands up like you say you got a gun. And God is how you got it done. This the God that got a son. And I give a trophy back. For all the labels wouldn't sign me like a Zodiac. I got more drive than a Honda. I got more rounds than Shonda. Shooting more shots than Kobe Bryant versus 4 guys playing Contra. Cause I know my chances of making it was Eminem to Monk. Did you get it? Slim to none. So I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time. And say it's all God. That's all. I've been grinding all day and all night. Hall of Fame on my mind. Trying to be the greatest of all time. And say it's all God. That's all. I've been grinding all.
Yeah, the Swoop with Hall of Fame right here, Speak Life Radio, New Music Friday. This is a new one from D1, Love Always Wins, featuring 7th Streeter right here. When we come back, we're going to be live on the line with KJ-52, Speak Life Radio.
Living in a world where everybody ain't your friend. And gravity keeps pulling me, it's taking all my energy. I've seen defeat and I don't know what's left of me. But I know that love will always win.
D1, yeah. Looking in the mirror and I'm thinking, dang, I feel like a hypocrite, man, I'm so ashamed. Yo, I feel lost, I feel two-faced. I'm looking in the sky thinking, God, I need grace. I cheated on girls and I cheated on tests. I had a gun to my head, but I cheated death. Dog, I've been battling some serious demons, but I'm still breathing, and love is the reason.
Back and forth and round again. Living in a world where everybody ain't your friend. Gravity keeps pulling me, it's taking all my energy. I've seen defeat and I don't know what's left of me. But I know that
Nowadays, these kids don't even dream. Turn on the TV screen, every scene is obscene. Too many false prophets, demons with deals, cowards with guns, thinking they real. Man, people so lost, I see it every day, especially around my way, New Orleans where I stay. God, you been my rock, my savior, and my friend, and you taught me the ultimate law. Love always wins.
Back and forth and round. Living in a world where everybody ain't your friend. And it keeps pulling me down. It's taking all my energy. I've seen defeat and I don't know what's left of me. But I know that love will always win. I don't wanna be another number. I don't wanna be another face. Just hiding in a crowd full of people feeling the same.
From the bottom of my heart.
No, back and forth.
Yeah.
Around again.
Real talk.
Living in a world everybody ain't your friend.
Yeah, that's a new one from D1, Love Always Wins, off the Slingshot David album. It's featuring 7th Streeter right here, Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio. They dropped a new video for that last week, so make sure you go check that out everywhere. Did you watch videos? Before that, we had Swoop with Hall of Fame off the new album Sunshine. And, man, really dope music coming out right now. A lot of you don't know about it, so that's why we're here. Speak Life Radio, New Music Friday, every Friday, 2 p.m., West Coast time, right here, streaming live on GorillaCross.com and the Guerilla Cross app. If you don't have the Guerilla Cross app, it's free. You can download that on iTunes and Android devices, so make sure you do that. If you have the TuneIn app and you don't want another app on your phone, which is not smart because our app is really dope, but if you already have the TuneIn app, you could listen to us on TuneIn 24/7. We have positive hip-hop, and we have sports every Tuesday and Thursday. We talk about sports, everything that's going on. Sometimes we'll interview an athlete live in the studio. We had Marcus Banks, NBA player, a few weeks ago. We had Amin El Hassan from ESPN call in a couple weeks after that. So a lot of stuff going on with the sports show. So make sure you tune in, check that out. All of our podcasts are on the app. Follow us, iTunes and Google Play podcasts as well. And we're about to be live on the line with my man KJ-52 right here in a minute. And a lot of stuff going on with him. And I know he has a show tonight, so we're going to get on the phone with him real quick. And we got him live on the line. KJ-52, what's good?
Oh, man, just got a country artist playing behind me right now. So
hey, that's dope, man.
Loud.
It's fitting. It's fitting for this show because we play a lot of country on Speak Life Radio.
I like your Trace Adkins smash up with dub with Smash Mouth.
It was great. It was great.
It's good.
We definitely do that.
Hey, if it's too loud, I can move if you need me to move.
I think it's straight. We really don't even hear much in the background, so I think we're good.
Okay, great.
But yeah, man, what's good, man? Jonah Part 2 is out. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, let's do this.
Yes, sir.
It's my Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Star Wars was the first. This is my Empire Strikes. So, honestly, man, it was supposed to be just a couple bonus songs, and then I just caught the bug, and I started recording more and more, and after talking to the fans, because I had the Kickstarter for the movie too, kind of after talking to them, it was like, you know what, just do a new project. Yeah. But it felt like a continuation of the last record. So that's why I got really not creative with the title.
You're like, I don't want to pay for more album artwork. I don't want to have to do too much.
Man, were you in my meeting?
I was there. I was there. But it's dope, man.
It felt like just a nice continuation of it, but it's really its own thing, and I'm just loving indie life these days. So
I feel you, and I wanted to talk about that indie life, man, because I've been, I get all your emails that you're sending to the fans because I'm a fan. But dude, I really want to just like big you up on that because a lot of artists that have been doing it for a long time, I almost said older artists, but a lot of artists that have been doing it for a long time.
Say what we're all thinking.
A lot of
the elephant. I don't mind.
A lot of the 40-year-old artists. A lot of the 40-somethings. But a lot of artists I see that even submit music to us to play, they're still stuck in the day where they started. They're still stuck in the 90s or the early 2000s. And what I like that you've been doing is you've been consciously reaching out to your fans through the email and doing it the way it needs to be done today. How is that transition for you? And was that hard to even grasp that concept that I need to do this a totally different way if I'm going to reach a new audience and keep my old fan base at the same time?
I don't think the transition was hard. Maybe a little bit of a learning curve because, I'm doing everything myself now. But, I mean, honestly, dude, I saw the writing on the wall at least 10 years ago. So in my head, I was like, I got to start thinking like an independent artist, even when I was still in the major label system. So for me to sit around and wait on anybody to do it for me or, I knew I had to build community because that's what would take care of me.
Yeah.
When the major label system ended or whatever. But it's not as hard as you think. I mean, it's really just if you're just willing to like go, I know nothing, so let me learn.
Yeah.
You're fine. So the funny thing about an email list is that it's the one thing that you can guarantee that people will read because everything now with social media is getting hidden with algorithms and
exactly.
They want you to pay the ads. And so, I mean, you're right. I do have a big swath of people that I can hit. So it's hard keeping everybody happy, but it's no different than anyone that, pastors a church that has many different generations there. So
exactly. And saying that with the email list, and I still don't think a lot of people have even jumped on having an email list because they think social media is the only way. But even with that, you're reaching the people that want to be reached by you. You're not, because some people do. I mean, I know people probably unfollow me a lot because I'm always posting radio shows. I'm always posting ads for for Guerilla Cross and stuff like that, which I understand. I don't mind that people do that. But,
Sure.
with the email list, you grab exactly who wants to be grabbed. And I think a lot more artists need to start doing that. So what was that process like, talking to other artists? I know last time we talked about you working with Derek Minor a lot and getting a lot of advice from him. Have you got advice from other artists that have been doing it right now, and what's that been like for you?
You know what? I don't know if I got a lot of advice from the marketing standpoint, because I think I'm an anomaly. I don't think there's anybody really doing what I'm doing right now. Just because I don't know what to tell you. I'm like the last man standing in some aspect. I will say where I do get lots of input is when I make the records. So my goal is always to keep people around me that are younger than me, that are able to do what I can't do, or maybe I can do it, but they can do it better.
Yeah.
And allowing them to speak into my life. So in that case, that was guys like Spec. He produced a lot of this stuff on the new record. That was guys like Cannon. These guys are all with their fingers on the pulse. Not that I'm not too, but they can translate it in a way that makes sense for me as an older head who has done it a certain way for so long.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I let people speak into my life hugely,
Yeah. That's good. I didn't know Spec was on this record so heavy. That's dope.
Yeah, well, if he didn't produce every song, he actually might have done the vocal arrangements or the tuning, or
nice.
he was a huge part of it. But it wasn't just him. There's a guy by the name Marv Mo Beats. He did a bunch of tracks. And then Juice Bangers did one. And then I had like two good friends called the Tennies Band that did some stuff. So it's a mixed bag, but it's really, man, I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of the project.
It's dope, man. And I was listening to it the past couple days. I like too, man, you don't have too many features, because that's one of my pet peeves is a lot of artists will be so feature heavy. It's like, I don't even know who the artist is on this album, It's like a compilation album,
Right.
But I like that it feels like you specifically chose certain artists that fit. You didn't just get artists to say, like, I want this artist feature, let's force the song together. All the songs you have, make sense. So talk about some of your features, man. I don't know who Golden Child is, but Sean C. Johnson, Zonti, and Dayton, I definitely know them. And then you got Cannon on Savage. Yeah.
So me and Golden Child, that's like the first guy I ever rapped with back in the day from 20 years ago. That was when the original Sons of Intellect crew. So when we did that song, it was a remake of an old song we did way back in the day. So Sean, I worked with Sean previously. Sean was just, he has that sort of John Legend kind of gospel kind of vibe. So he made sense on that song. Cannon was a deal where I already had the chorus, but I knew I sounded terrible doing it. So Cannon was able to kind of like, and a lot of the chorus, I write them. I know where my skill set is.
Yeah, definitely.
So Cannon was able to kind of reinterpret it, tighten it up, things like that. So Zonti was an interesting one because I didn't know him at all, and it's rare that you'll see me collaborate with somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
But I got to know him, and it's funny because this is probably the first time I've ever seen there's a generation gap in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And so he's a Tampa boy. I see a lot of myself in him in the sense of a young kid hungry to do what God wants him to do, and he's doing his generation's music. So as an older head, sometimes we want to diss that because it's not the way we did it. And God really convicted me, like, your job is to speak into the next generation.
Yeah, that's good.
And guide them through. They don't have to go through the same crap you did. And so I reached out to his dad and I said, hey, man, I know you got a lot of labels trying to sign you. Can I be a resource for you? I don't want anything in exchange.
Yeah.
I just want to help you. And that was it. And out of that came the song. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't ever some convoluted plan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really it. And then Dayton, I know Dayton casually. But when I did the All I Had track, I was like, man, I really love this song. I said, what will take it to the next step? I was like, I need a spitter who's also current to what's going on right now. And I met Dayton randomly at a hotel one time, and then, dude, he killed it. Like, it's rare that I listen to a verse anymore and, like, the hair on the back of my neck stands up.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't done that probably since, like, Public Enemy or something. But
wow.
Dayton really brought that, and I think that's everybody. I don't think there's anybody else on there.
Yeah, that's I believe that's all the features. Yeah.
That's it.
And that was a dope track, and you dropped the video for that last week also. Tell us about that video, because I was really impressed with that video. Right when the beat dropped, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be different. And
Yeah.
I like how you can stay modern but still stay yourself. That's very important because I see a lot of these artists that had their own style that are totally going all the way 100% on the new trend. And you had a little bit of that flavor in it, but it was still KJ. And that's what I really liked about this track. So tell us about the track and the video.
You know, it's you nailed it, because you're right. The best thing I can do ever is just update my software but not change my computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way I compare to going at it. So I don't know, man. I got that beat from Spec. I was like, man, I can be lyrical on this beat, but it's so 808 heavy, it's going to appeal to the new generation.
Yeah.
I wrote the verses. You know, I mean, for me, punchline writing is not hard. You know, that's like my default setting. But I had no chorus, and I was struggling with the chorus. And it wasn't until I wrote the last line of the second verse, Plan B, family, that was like, wait a minute, I think that's the chorus. And I said it to Spec, and he was like, perfect. That's exactly the chorus. But I'll be honest with you, he coached me a lot through that song. So he was there with me. We did a show together in Myrtle Beach, and he just coached me. He was like, try it again this way, try it again that way. Okay, say it like this.
Yeah.
He goes, give me all the takes, and I'm going to do it. And he even tuned my vocals a little bit to the key of the song.
Okay.
So you'll hear, like, I'm not lower pitch, but I'm just tuned to the right register. Anyway, all that to be said, you know, it was you're right. It's me, but it's where the new thing is.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I just got in a big debate with a guy who was like, all you're doing is biting styles, and you're too old to be rapping like that and dressing like that in the video. So brought up the whole point is like, what do I, you know, it's like, I can't win, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do? Like, but the video, honestly, it was pretty effortless. I drove to Orlando. It was like a cold, rainy day, a rare cold, rainy day.
Yeah.
I had a friend with the warehouse. I think we knocked it out in a couple hours. That was it. Like, it really wasn't that deep, you know? It was mostly Vince with a really good edit, you know? Actually, the funny thing was my hype man hit one of those guys over and smashed into the lens, and we all peed ourselves a little bit.
Oh, wow.
He was so amped.
Dangerous.
But yeah, I just called a bunch of my homies in Orlando. I said, look, I need y'all to be the family part of this song.
Yeah.
And they came through, and Dayton shot his a couple days later, and that was it.
It's good stuff. And you kind of talk about how you know, you can't really make everyone happy. Is that something that's hard for you to do? Is trying that, or are you pretty good at sticking to what you do?
You trying to make everybody happy, or trying to be this style? You mean?
Well, I mean, trying to make everyone happy with your music, because you have, you know, your fans that might want you to stay in one lane, and then you have, you know, you yourself wanting to be relevant to not just your old fan base, but to the new fan base. So is that a struggle?
I'll be honest with you. It's not really an issue of relevance. It's not like I sit there going, man, I hope I could be relevant this time around.
Yeah.
It's not really that. I actually thrive on the challenge. So if I hear this new style, or it's a triplet pattern, or it's this way of doing it, man, that's a challenge to me.
Yeah.
To try something new. Like, I thrive on that kind of challenge. It's not like me going, man, I got to get these 19-year-old kids on my side.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, from a ministry standpoint, but that's not the deal. Can you keep, you know what? You can't keep everybody happy. So that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about that. There is songs on here that might appeal to an older fan base, but, you know, I even had somebody go like, man, there's no like Mountain Dew song on this record. I'm like, why would I write that? I wrote that 17 years ago. Like, I'm not in that mindset to want to write that song. I'm not going to write something just for the sake of that, you know?
Why don't you write another song to 45-year-old Slim Shady, you know?
Like, people still think I do that. Like, I swear some people still think I sit around waiting to write Dear Slim Part 3, you know, sipping a Coke fried cheeseburger. I'm like, it's like they take a snapshot of you from a zillion years ago and they never update that. But it is what it is. I'm not worried about that. Honestly, I haven't – the minimal backlash has been so tiny. Almost everything has been what you just said.
Yeah,
so
that's good. That's good. And I think that's, you know, it's important. It's important to keep making the music that you want to make and challenge yourself. And you said even for the ministry standpoint, that's a big thing. And I don't know if a lot of artists, I'm not going to say a lot or all of them, but there's a lot of artists that don't look at that aspect of it when they're making music. They just want to make dope music, but not realizing like there's a ministry behind this music. And that's something I heard right away, even with the intro spoken word you did. And I like that a lot. I liked how you came off like that. It was, you know, the perfect length for a spoken word. Yeah. And you're jumping right in on, who you're talking about and what you're doing. Has that been any type of conflict with you with, wanting to just make good music, but also wanting to do ministry and make sure it's ministry, because you've kind of stayed in that lane the whole time, which a lot of artists you see kind of, take a back seat to that sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the problem. People separate the two. They say your art's over here and your ministry's over there. Yeah. I'm of the opinion that everything is art and everything is ministry. I don't separate the two. So that's the way I look at it. I don't think I just don't separate the two. I think a song can speak to somebody as much as what you might proclaim on stage. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really it. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. And someone said to me the other day, they were like, yo, props to you for being even more bold in a time when Christian hip hop is becoming less bold.
Definitely.
It's like, I'm not setting out to counter anybody. It's just, this is where my head's at, and this is what I want to talk about. And this is what's important to me. And I'm having a blast while I'm doing it, and I'm in a different state of mind. You know what I mean? Like you said, I'm almost 43. I'm a father. I've been married almost 20 years. I'm on staff at a church, but I still tour full time.
Yeah.
That's what you're hearing the perspective of.
That's good.
And I think hip hop is in a new place that it's never been in. And I think it's great.
That's good. That's really good. And, talking about, being on staff at a church and still touring, how do you balance that with family and just with being involved in church that heavy?
Honestly, man, I just have a great church that I'm at that understands what I am and what I do. And it's not even an issue of you got to do X, Y, Z. It's just about being strategic in how you plan your future. That's really all it is. Yeah. I mean, they know my weekends are usually gone. And so if I got to get somebody to fill in, I got in. But honestly, the main thing I'm doing right now is back working with youth. We don't have a new youth pastor till June. So I've just been filling in along with the middle school guy and coaching him and speaking. So that's been my main focus. Where I can do college stuff, I do it. Where I can do Sunday morning stuff, I do it. But this is the problem I grew up with, was that I always thought you had to separate the two.
Yeah.
And what God has shown me is that you never need to separate the two.
Yeah.
One takes care of the other, and that's it. And we're just in a different day and age, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
All
right, so we got the email list. We've been talking about that. Let people know how they could sign up to this email list that want to, connect with you more, that might not know that that's the best way to connect with you now. And tell us about the Jonah movie.
Yeah. So, obviously just go to my website, you sign up. That's the easiest way to sign up for the mailing list. But as far as the Jonah movie goes, that's kind of been the catalyst of all this. So I had a guy, again, when you do something for 18 years, it's like a generation change. And so this was a guy who was a kid when I first performed, like at Acquire the Fire or something, when he was still in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
He did 2 videos for me on the last album. He did the Know About It one with Derek Minor, and he did the video with Cannon. And we were just working on something, and he just, over tacos, he was like, yo, man, what about this? What happened with that? Who's this guy? He just asked me question after question after question. And I'm like, you're very specific in like your knowledge. You want to know. He's like, man, I'm just fascinated with your story. I would love to do a documentary about your story. And I said, it's funny you say that because I want to do new music. I said, what if we tie these two together and just start shooting? And he was like, let's do it. And so he came out of pocket. I came out of pocket. And then eventually we kickstarted both at the same time. And we shot over 6 months. We got my dad in there. We got, guys like Cannon. Marty's hilarious. Marty might be one of the funniest interviews in there because he talks about how his mom ran his CDs over with her car and made him go buy my first album.
That's beautiful.
And while he's telling you this, then a guy gets arrested in front of us on the camera. Like, it was just perfect Marty social club moment. But I went back to my childhood homie that I used to rap with when I was like 14. We interviewed him. My wife's in there, my kids are in there. You see literally my whole life from birth to salvation, and then from salvation till now. And it's not a pretty picture. Like, you hear about me getting dropped. You hear about the backlash at Dear Slim. You hear about, where I'm at right now and the ups and downs. It's what it is. And it's in 52 minutes, and it's, I don't think it's ever really been done before.
Yeah.
But, the response has been awesome.
That's good.
So that's actually what I'm doing tonight. I show tonight and then do a show. So
Nice. Where's your show at tonight?
Man, I'm in the Berg. I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia, where all evangelicals come to die, to rest, to live. Yeah, no, so I'm in here in Lynchburg, Virginia, just rocking a show at it's like I don't know if it's a club or a bar or it's a restaurant. I can't really figure out where I'm at, but it's a cool spot.
Good stuff, man. Any plans for coming out on the West?
I don't have anything right now. Oh, maybe I do. We're trying to organize something in May. I've actually kind of kept my schedule a little bit light because of the church responsibilities, to be honest with you. But man, last time I kicked it with you out there in Vegas, that was a really good time. So hopefully I'll get out there again this year.
Dope, man. Let's do it. And one more thing, man. What is the KJ route?
This is why I love you, man.
You know I had to ask this question.
I love you. Oh, I was hoping you were going to ask more. I think so first of all,
and for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Ruslan. He wrote a diss track, a Christian diss track, so it's a nice diss track because he complimented the person he dissed at the end of the song. But you know, there was a big Shylin versus everybody, and Ruslan jumped in and you know, he wrote a diss track, which I actually liked the track. It was fun to me. But he had a line where he said something about if I went the KJ route, and something, where's KJ now? And I'm like, I know where KJ is. He's on my Facebook. You know, so.
Well, let me backstory that. I don't know Ruslan. I've only met him once. And I met him once in San Diego, and I sat with him for like 3 hours, and he just picked my brain about, you know, that was back when he was in a group.
The Breaks, probably.
And yeah, that's what it was. So he picked my brain, and then I just shared knowledge with him, and I never talked to him ever since then. I think what he was trying to say, and again, you can actually listen. This is my first podcast was about that on my podcast, KJ-52 podcast. But I think what he was saying, he chose not to go the youth groupy, churchy, easy way, which you know, I get hit with that all the time. Well, not really anymore, but every once in a while. But you know, I went the easy way. I played churches. I was church friendly. I was youth group friendly. I was corny. I was CCM. You know.
Yeah.
I think what he was basically saying is he didn't do that. And so, I don't know, the line, where's KJ now? I don't know. I guess it just means, like, I'm gone? I don't know. I mean, you know, I understand a lot of it's out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
Yeah.
I you know, whatever, man. I didn't take offensive to it. I wasn't, like, going to write my rebuttal.
Yeah.
My work will speak for itself, and if you're not paying attention, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me.
So,
you know?
So you guys didn't have any conversations on social media about this?
No, because it's not. Listen, I've been around long enough that this is not the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has happened to me over and over and over. It doesn't happen now, but I'm not going to take it's not a hill worth dying on.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Like, it's not. What am I going to do? I'm still here, bro. Like, what does that prove?
Yeah,
exactly. Matter? You know what I mean?
And knowing Ruslan, because I've known him for quite a while now, knowing him and seeing what he's doing on social media, he does a lot of stuff to get attention, which some might take it as bad. I think it's good if you're trying to build your brand, you know. And if it was like a crazy diss, I would have been like, all right, bro, you got to chill. But I think it was more of a fun thing. But, you know, knowing him, a lot of cats are doing this, and they do. We know controversy gets the most attention on social media these days, and I think that's kind of, you know, all that was, you know, even going at Shylin, because a lot of people were like, Ruslan, you had nothing to do with what Shylin was talking about. Why are you writing the diss track to him? Because everyone else who Shylin was even talking about wasn't even responding to Shylin. And then you have someone else coming in and doing stuff like that. But, I mean, I thought it was funny. I love that line. I was laughing hysterically when I first heard it, and second heard it, and third heard it. But I thought it was funny because I know you've been around, you know, you haven't ever went away. You've been very consistent, you know, with music and with being out there doing shows and all that.
Yeah, but, you know what I mean? Look, it's easy to diss the old guy. Let's just be real. Like, it's easy to go at the guy who's been around forever because it's like, you know, it's the low-hanging fruit. And I'm sure KJ now and KJ route just rhyme. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly.
But, I mean, in my opinion, here's my opinion. Yes, you're right. From a marketing standpoint and from an artistic standpoint and a building your career standpoint, all that stuff makes sense. But all I would push back and go, from a kingdom standpoint, does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I would say. So that's all it is.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Oh, you
So,
just got
I mean, but again, look, it's not even – I think the only reason I did a podcast about it is because I had so many people ask me to say something. So the one with me and Dre is actually pretty funny. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. So just go listen to it. I don't even remember what I said, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So all his podcasts, everything, the movie, the videos, the song, the email list, you can go to KJ-52.com and follow him everywhere on there. And one more thing, because you did mention, like, you got, people that said stuff about you taking the easy route before. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people say, I'm not doing it for the church, which is really stupid to me because a lot of church kids are not really, they need to learn how to follow Christ. They need leaders in their lives. And I've never understood why a lot of artists don't want to be leaders. It's like, so you want to be in the club, and then I go in the club and see you perform in the club, and now I'm seeing you smoke weed in the back of the club with everyone else in the club. So you're not really doing the ministry you're acting like you're doing. Not saying all the artists do it like that.
No.
But I've seen that a lot of times. And as me growing up in church, I needed leaders to come in and inspire me to be different. I wouldn't be where I'm at today doing Speak Live Radio, run the Christian website, if it wasn't for people like you and artists that I grew up listening to coming into my life and coming into my church, doing that stuff. Sure. We needed that ministry just as much as the people outside needed that ministry. And guess what? We actually bought the albums, Yeah. We're the ones paying for it. People in the club are like, okay, cool. Oh, okay, dope, cool. Dap you up, leave, Yep.
You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. But you know what? It's no different than when the nation of Israel was like, you know what? We want a king like everybody else. So I think some of the people definitely come at it with pure motives. Some of the people, they just want validation, and they don't feel they're validated in the church setting. So they think the mainstream side is just infinitely better. But listen, I've been in every possible venue you could imagine. I've been in the dirtiest clubs, and I've rocked it there, to the nicest, cleanest churches you can imagine. Yeah,
so you could do it all.
Tell you, well, it's not. I'm not saying like in a look at me sense. I'm just saying it's not as glamorous as you think. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying I'm not saying like you personally could do it all. I'm saying as an artist, you don't have to shut one off to do the other.
Right.
Yeah.
But usually guys that do that, they're a little more immature in the face. Yeah. Or they're stars in their eyes. Yeah. And they just don't know. Or they go into it, they're just immature believers, and so they go in and that world just takes them under. Yeah. Unfortunately. And it's sad to say, but listen, I'm usually more drawn to the guy that's in the room that says nothing, because I know usually that's the guy that's actually doing the work versus the dude that's in the corner beating the drum talking about how much he's doing. Yep. Yep. Definitely. If you're on your job, you don't need to talk about it. It speaks for itself. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Words of wisdom from KJ-52, and the other pet peeve is, just because someone's older doesn't mean they can't rap anymore, and they don't know what's going on. It's like, you might want to follow one of those older artists because they have a lot of knowledge to give. Go ahead. Can I say something about that?
Definitely.
It's funny you say that, because where I find most of the pushback about age is, it's not from kids. It's usually guys in their 30s who are scared to get into their 40s. Wow. Because kids have actually grown up in a world where they don't know any difference between a 21 Savage and an Eminem. It lives on both of an equal plane. Yeah. Now, granted, if you look like you're unhealthy and you're old, that's one thing. But I'm just saying, like, we have to give kids way more credit than we do, because most of the people that are pushing back about age are insecure about their own age. Yeah, that's or their lack of a career or what's on the way.
Yeah, and I don't know how you feel, but my 40s have been way better than any other age.
Oh, dude. I mean, listen, I have all the experience of a grown man, but I still have the hustle of a young one. So it's like, that's why I say in one of the songs, it's like, I got a fountain of youth. It's like I got a fountain of truth. Like, that's the truth.
That's good. That's good, man.
And I'll outrun any of these guys in a mile if they challenge me, so it's on. Let's do it.
So the KJ-52 mile challenge, hashtag that. It's going to be all over social media, everywhere.
Yeah.
So challenge him. Once again, follow him, KJ52.com, everywhere. Dude, I appreciate the call, man. Good luck with the show tonight. And I definitely want to see you out here soon, man. So we'll try to work something out on that. We're gonna
Appreciate you, Kwon. Thank you, man.
No problem, bro. We're gonna get into the new track, All I Had, featuring Dayton. This is KJ-52. Love you, bro. Talk to you soon.
Love you too. Talk to you soon. Later.
And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family.
Yeah, I said I had a wrong religion. Then they said I made a wrong decision. I came this far, still I'm on a mission. Still I stand behind the bars, kinda like I gone to prison. I got a vision, I listen, my savior gonna risen. My God is still upon the throne when you wanna diss him. The old me is dead and gone, I ain't gonna miss him. My God had to subtract, it's like it's long division. Yeah, they still think I'm kinda odd. Part-time rapper, I'm a full-time man of God. You see the rock that I'm standing on, all you ever see is the green like it's camouflage. I got a team and we standing strong. One hand at you, another hand at God. Been through it all, I ain't planning to fall. Plus he guides my every move, like the dude in Avatar. And all I had was Jesus and the family. Yeah. All I had was Jesus and the family. Yeah. All I had was Jesus and the family. Y'all ain't understand me, I ain't had a plan B. And all I had was Jesus and the family. Yeah. All I had was Jesus and the family. Yeah. All I had is Jesus and the family. I ain't got a plan B now. Say that God is in the details. I say that God is taking 3 nails. Paid it all up on the cross when he prevailed. When the devil had me locked down, but he failed. What you see here, I'm just an eyewitness. So I'm running back to him like the line of scrimmage. You can't tell me now that I'm finished. But you missed the balls, kinda like a blind gymnast. Blind gymnast, man, you can't see. I rock it tighter than your pants be. So if I'm silent and I can't speak, I be speaking all up in my ears like a hands-free. You can slam me, ban me, all I ever got was this. Never had a plan B. I got no limits to his plans B. All I ever had, that was Jesus and the family.
All I got in this life is my squad and the mic that I use to speak into the darkness when I call him the light. I got the Holy Spirit, my heavenly Father in Christ that I serve with all of my might. And I follow despite the persecution, this promise. They say this calling's a plight. But in my past, I wasn't scared of a brawl or a fight. Why would that change? Especially now when God has been right there beside me fighting my battles. Demons fall at the sight of my king. He stands taller than Godzilla stands, so I'm safe. I feel like Ann and King Kong's gorilla hands. Who lied to Satan and told him that there's still a chance? It is written only the army of God will advance. A plan B would just be man-made, so I'm banking on plan A. You know I can't sway. In the face of death, I worship with my hands raised. I will give it all for Jesus and my family.
And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. Y'all ain't understand me, I ain't had a plan B. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had is Jesus and the family. I ain't got a plan B now. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. Y'all ain't understand me, I ain't had a plan B. And all I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. All I had was Jesus and the family. Y'all ain't understand me, I ain't had a plan B.
Yeah, that's KJ-52 featuring Dayton, All I Had, right here, Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio. This is one of my favorite tracks right now, Eshawn Burgundy, Testify, Speak Life Radio.
Yeah, nighttime I see diamonds in the sky. Daytime I see sunlight shining bright. If I'm alive, how can I not testify of your love, your love, your love? Yeah. Your love, your love, your love. Yeah. Your love, your love. They want me to fake it till I make it, I can't. Praying while embracing everything that I am. Reading every shape and every thought in my brain. Suffer for righteousness in the light of this, I profit from pain. Yeah, I'm blessing the people behind closed doors. God set me on fire for these cold walls. Lord, make my desire for your kingdom only. And if I ever change, promise me you'll let them see I'm phony. Convict my family, bring salvation to my homies. Divorcing every wicked thought we was in matrimony. Keep me from ever bringing shame anywhere near your name. Keep me from going if someone will fall because I can't. I forsake the love of money and all expensive things. Turn my attention to the hungry and never live in vain. Laugh when something's taken from me and never stake my claim. When I die, I can't take nothing but my soul with me. This drug money can't go with me. Simple and plain.
Nighttime, I see diamonds in the sky. Daytime, I see sunlight shining bright. If I'm alive, how can I not testify of your love, your love, your love? Yeah, your love, your love, your love. Yeah, your love, your love.
There's a reason God blessed me with a second thought. My first one ain't always right, gotta finesse it off. I'm reading 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and 5. Starting over like the 40 days that caused the earth to die. Lord, give me the capacity of a genius mind, followed by the sincerity of a lonely child. I'm known for singing passionately, Lord, I mean this. Then I passively pass it up when it's going down. Whenever you're around, no one drowns. Help me not live like a coward on these careless streets, and make an excuse for why I don't obey you when you speak. I know I must disown these things, therefore so I reap. Whether on purpose or unintentionally, the common factor is me, the haunting thought of gnashing teeth. The promises of the cross that's made for all who would believe. I said, God, why would you make yourself available to me? He said, look, you see us talking, this is all I've ever wanted it to be.
Nighttime, I see diamonds in the sky. Daytime, I see sunlight shining bright. If I'm alive, how can I not testify of your
this
love,
is all I've
your love,
ever
your love? Yeah, yeah. Your love, your love, your love. You and me. Your love, your love, your love. Nighttime, I see diamonds in the sky. Daytime, I see sunlight shining bright. If I'm alive, how can I not testify of your love, your love, your love?
Yeah, that's Sean Burgundy with Testify. If you're just now tuning in, you missed the KJ-52 interview. Make sure you download the replay or download the app to listen to the replay and watch the replay right here live on Facebook Live and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at Guerilla Cross Everything, GUERILLACROSS. Go to KJ52.com. Make sure you sign to his email list. He does, he sends out email blasts a lot, so you could always follow him and see what he's up to and see what he's doing, all his shows, all that stuff as well. So we're going to play a few more songs. If you want to call in and you got anything to say or any song requests, hit us up, 702-608-3259. Next week, we will be back on Speak Life Radio New Music Friday, and we are going to do the indie artist music review again. We're going to bring a couple other artists in here to give a review. And we might even bring some cats in here that aren't Christian that will listen to your music and give a review for you as well. So hit us up, 702-608-3259. If you want to submit to the website for possible airplay or videos to be posted on the site, hit us up, music@GuerillaCross.com. We're going to jump into another song. This is Dre Murray and Jay Rodan with Stay Calm. We had an interview with Dre Murray and Jay Rodan 2 weeks ago. That is on iTunes, Google Play. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. And do me a favor, download the Guerilla Cross app. That's what I want you to do the most. So download that app. All of our interviews are on there. Once again, like I said, Dre Murray, Jay Rodan, Stay Calm, right here. Guerilla Cross, Speak Life Radio, New Music Friday.
Yeah. Houston, calm down, buddy. Calm down, man. Listen to daddy, listen. 10,000 hours and counting. Yeah, and I'm still climbing this mountain. Them years flying by, I'm searching for the fountain. To reverse the mileage like Ferris Bueller. Until then, there's plenty fish for my medulla. I'm trying to go undefeated like I was Don Shula. Not the best lyricist, I don't have the acclaim, but tell a story with pain like I was Rick the Ruler. Shoot, I probably lost the kids with that last line, but that's fine, this is America's pastime. Promised myself I wouldn't rush it like the last time. Just let these balls marinate over the cast iron. Over Jay Roten, I'm in the booth floating. My son giving high fives cause it's so potent. Yeah, the legacy will be televised. 1322 right before your eyes. Yeah. Man, yeah. Son, it's crazy out here, man. Still hard to discuss. Save it for another day. It's crazy. It's smoke and mirrors, son. A lot of ups, it's downs, all around. It's games, yeah. They playing games, man. I'm seeing heroes broke with all zeros, dropping heat, but label keeping De Niro. Good fellas, but the score is never clear though. The family, but the love is never near those. So you analyze this and you analyze that. Spit fire on next track, the start of a grudge match. Yeah. These mean streets, they warned you, but you scream you untouchable. Nobody could harm you, what a shame. You heard the shark's tail and bit, so you to blame. Yeah. And I can't nitpick, I probably would do the same. Yeah. And turn and tell my son, I'm sorry, but I'm a lame. I know that it's still in my joy, but that's the game. This boy's life would be harder because of rap. No silver line in the playbook has been scrapped. Seeing me poly with frauds, giving me death. Oh man. Man, what I look like? I ran this far, you know how long it took, right? I couldn't travel this road if I was shook, right? To me, this life is like one long verse, but you need a balance. Gotta get that hook right. So Houston, I am going in, no problem. God's sovereign. I know that He had me from the bottom. I am on this mission, never quitting. Stones flooded as I'm spitting, son. Listen to this knowledge, I'm alive. Pay attention.
I love that track right there. It's my man Dre Murray and Jay Rodan with Stay Calm right here, Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio. This one's Ozay Moore. Just dropped this album last week as well. This is called Crowd React by Lightheaded. Lightheaded is Ozay Moore, Omega Watts, and Braille right here, Guerilla Cross Speak Life Radio.
I told you, serious. You go on and on and on. You go on and on.
No doubt.
You go on and on and on. You go on and on.
Say what?
Don't stop, just make it up. I told you, here they come now. You see?
Here we come, y'all. The coast is clear. If you wonder where the party at, it's over here. We do this and you do that. Making our music so the people react to this. Clap to this. Move your feet and dance to this. React to this. And clap to this. Move your feet and dance to this.
You know, it's got to be on, cause you can feel it deep in your bones. What's the dilemma then? This is a song you can body move to all night long. See, I've been on the rock a couple jams and such, but it ain't a party till your hands are up. So let's just focus on the present and palm. Up the levels of the bump, heavy but farm. Oh, fellows, it ain't yours, sure they can trust. So make it easy to let me lead it to Mars. I promise to make it real good for your soul. Moment to moment, showing how the moments can grow into an experience you hold to your own and pass down as it's easy to solve. Into the youth as proof they can know better times let it ride. I'ma glide to it slow, like so. Come on.
I got a groove you can hear and touch. Nobody's petty thugs looking rugged and rough. This is a moment here to be free in your soul. And if you can't let go, you say frozen never grow. So now you've heard it twice and it's nice as it seems. You continue to dream but never drink from the stream and live life to the fullest. So if you're with it and you dig it, you can get it. If you let it soak, catch the message and react to it.
Yeah, if you wonder where the party at, it's over here. We do this and you do that. Making our music so the people react to this. Clap to this. Move your feet and dance to this. React to this. Clap to this. Move your feet and dance to this.
You know the name. Megawatts, tower, loud power, electrifying in the rain. There's a lot that's changed, but not the love for my people. I see you around the globe. We all equal in the color wheel form. React to the bright spectrum of light. Pass the baton for the young to get it right. Where's the party at? Over here. So mind the smoke and stand clear as I send this message with the flare in the air. Oh yeah, we're doing it so, yo.
Respond and react to this song and track list. Respond and react to this right here. Give me one mic. +2 for my comrades. We never signed on a 7-figure contract, but we rock like there's 8 digits in it. Get money and split it. Love life and live it, giving all our energy whenever we do this music. The name of the crew is Lightheaded. Reppin' the Northwest, repetition so you get it in your head and start spinning. Heavy rotation, gracious for the compliments and vote to confidence. You motivate us to handle our business and stay on top of the daily operation. Face our problems and look for solutions. Focus on the positive, not the opposite alternative. And now it's your turn to react.
Here we come, y'all. The coast is clear. If you wonder where the party at, it's over here. We do this, and you do that. Making our music so the people react to this. Clap to this. Move your feet and dance to this. React to this and clap to this. Come on, move your feet and dance to this.
Hey, negative or positive feedback. We just wanna hear the crowd react. Hey, say we're fresh or say that we're whack. We just wanna hear the crowd react. Hey, like it or love it from the front to the back. We just wanna hear the crowd react. Hey, we do it this way, yeah, we do it this way, and everyone's got something to say. Hey,
when true blues brothers stand side to side from beginning to end. Turn it out, y'all.
I told you they serious. See, you go on and on and on and on. You go on and on.
Yeah, that's Jose Moore, Crowd React. In the Wake of O is out now, so make sure you go get that album. Man, it's a dope album, man. He's making some dope music. A lot of good music out there, so make sure you check it all out. We're going to be updating the website, so all these albums and videos are going to be up on GorillaCross.com soon. If you want to help out, posting blogs, album reviews, anything for GorillaCross.com, hit us up. music@GorillaCross.com, or find me on Facebook @Kwon Five-Nine, and hit me up. We need a lot of help, There's a lot that we're putting on our plate. Next month, we got the Stellar Awards coming in town, so we're going to have a lot of people doing interviews live here in the studio. I got it locked in with Dayton. He's going to be live in the studio, so we're going to talk about his collab with KJ that you heard earlier today. We have a show going on, hopefully, with my man Five, V Rose, Young Noah, so they might be here live in the studio coming up in a couple weeks as well. So we're going to be doing a lot in March, a lot of stuff going on in March. And a lot of live events we're going to be doing as well. There's an event locally tomorrow if you're in Las Vegas, the Takeover. A lot of local artists going to be performing in that. My man James Mays, God's Poet is going to be there. IC Jones, Sean Flacco. So make sure you check that out. That is tomorrow night. I don't have the address for you. I'll post the flyer on my social media. We'll post that up on Twitter as well. So make sure you check that out. That's the show for you today. Next week, we're going to do the Indie Artist Music Review again. And we got a lot of stuff going on for the independent artists. If you are trying to get your stuff on the air and trying to get it heard, and tagging people all over social media isn't working, then we want you to submit it to us, and we'll review it live on the air, let you know what you need to work on. If the song's whack, we might tell you it's whack and tell you what needs to be done better. And a lot of times, the better is just going in the studio, getting a better studio to record your stuff at, and putting out there a little more professionally. So that's what we're going to do next week. And we have a live conversation with my man Armand Wake Up, who is dropping a new album. He dropped the EP a couple months ago, about a month and a half ago. I can't remember exactly when, but he dropped that. And now he has a new album coming out, and we're going to be talking to him about that next Friday right here on Speak Life Radio, New Music Friday. We're going to play some of the songs and all that stuff. So very excited about that. One of my favorite artists out right now, my man Armand Wake Up. If you don't know who he is, follow him on all social media. Really dope cat. He has a podcast called Clock Radio Speakers. Dope podcast. Make sure you check that out. So to end the show, we are going to jump into this new track from Derek Minor, dropped last week. It is what it is right here. Guerilla Cross, Speak Life Radio, New Music Friday. See you guys next week.
Cold world, most of my kin, dead at the pen. That's why I'm an Eskimo. I bought an igloo and put on my wrist. Ran out of option, we gotta survive, so we taking risks. Committed sin, we gotta live, it is what it is. Red dot on your white tee, it look like Japan. The 40 years on me, and if I get high, they blow like a fan. They talk about the hood like they know the answer, but never been in. Committed sin, we gotta live, it is what it is. Yeah. Everybody got the answers. They said that they plan is the master. They preach it to us like they pastor. Amen. Yeah. The government treat us like cancer. The prison system make us bastards. I sent on the news and it's plastered. We can't even turn to charity. They make money off our tragedy. They get the money. If life is school or hard knocks, the street will teach you like academy. Everybody in a glass house tell us what we need to do to make it out. When they was born on the mountaintop, they ain't seen the bottom, they don't know the route. You think that we choose this environment? I wish I could choose that entitlement. Close my eyes and pray that God deliver me. Deliver me. Churches moving to our hood, but they don't come and speak. I don't know you. Why they gentrify? Gentrify. We risk our life. We risk our life. Selling dope, probably die not knowing Christ. Cold world, most of my kin, dead at the pen. That's why I'm an Eskimo. I bought an igloo and put on my wrist. Ran out of option, we gotta survive, so we taking risks. Committed sin, we gotta live. It is what it is. Red dot on your white tee, it look like Japan. The 40 years on me, and if I get high, they blow like a fan. They talk about the hood like they know the answer, but never been in. Committed sin, we gotta live. It is what it is. I used to we gotta survive, answer, but never been in. Committed sin, we gotta live. It is what it is. I used to wonder why we blow our whole tax refund on brand new J's, Gucci belt, few gold chains. When you could put that change in a IRA, you just waiting. By the time that you retire, you be at the millionaire stage. What's the point of saving anything? You dying, you can't take it with you. And that'll probably be the night, cause the way that they shooting the stretch how they hit you. I bet you God hear the prayers of millions of mothers. And they all sound the same, even though they sons in different gangs. And they shooting at each other right now. Right now. You hear her cries now. Right now. Now hear hashtag, they debating about it online now. Yeah. That's what I call an abortion. And since we talking about abortions, we ain't put them clinics in our own hood. Somebody making a fortune. You talk about these mothers like they out here killing for sport. Rather kill a baby in their belly before it get brought into war. Pray for them. You politicize our genocide, then use the victim as a scapegoat. But if you care like you say you do, you should talk less and do more. Yeah. Cold world, most of my kin, dead at the pen. That's why I'm an Eskimo. I bought an igloo and put on my wrist. Ran out of option, we gotta survive, so we taking risks. Committed sin, we gotta live, it is what it is. Red dot on your white tee, it look like Japan. The 40 years on me, and if I get high, they blow like a fan. They talk about the hood like they know the answer, but never been in. Committed sin, we gotta live, it is what it is.